Thank you again. Firstly, an introduction to WordPress. WordPress is an open source content management system. Formally, building a website involves you writing HTML or CSS or JavaScript to be able to build your website. But what WordPress has done is that it enables you build your website without necessarily writing any line of code. You could just install WordPress, then there are amazing plugins and themes that would help you build your website with very little coding. Yeah, okay. Now, what I'm going to do now is walk us through the WordPress dashboard so we have a basic understanding where everything is. So when our speaker starts pointing things out, we'll be able to understand what he's saying and where he's pointing to. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen now. Okay. Right. We can see my screen, right? If you can see the screen, just say in the comments. You could chat. You could reply on the chat box. There is a chat panel on the left. Awesome. Okay. So this is the WordPress dashboard. Basically, you can customize it. When you sign into WordPress, usually you'd see plenty things on your dashboard. And one way to customize it is you click on the screen options at the top right. Then you can remove anything that is not needed necessarily. And I don't need this welcome. I don't need to see this for now. I don't need this for now. So basically, you can customize how your WordPress dashboard backend looks. WordPress has themes and it has plugins. What this does is themes control the appearance of our website. Generally, it's supposed to control the appearance of our website, and plugins are like code files that extend the functionality of our website. For instance, we want to do say we want to build a scheduling or a conference website, and we want to do a booking system on our website. Plugins are what can help us do or achieve that. All right, and there are thousands of plugins on the WordPress repository, and there are also third-party plugins that are not here but are available on vendor platforms that you could get. And what they do for you is that they help you extend the functionality of your site. So we have themes, and we can get to themes from appearance on the left panel from our dashboard. If you hover on appearance, you can click on themes. Themes would help control the look and feel of your website. Okay, and plugins would extend the functionality of your site. So basically, what would be doing the Elementor, but I think Elementor is just a plugin. There is no theme on Elementor.
Yes, Elementor is just a plugin which you can use with any theme, but then I would be using the blank Elementor theme, or would I say a blank theme, which is called the Elementor Hello. That is more a theme that doesn't really have any blank content. But if you have a theme file that is just blank, or any theme entirely, any basic theme, even a theme that uses Gutenberg, you can actually create Elementor pages with that. So it's not really about the theme, it's about the plugin.
Awesome. So Elementor is a plugin, and with it we could do amazing things. So if you have a test site you've set up, so Mfon will do more justice to Elementor when he gets started. All right. So basically that is the introduction. Themes, plugins, WordPress, abstracting the coding we would have needed to learn, and helping us build our pages and our posts, how it would look. That is what themes and plugins help us do. That's what WordPress helps us do. It abstracts the need to learn to code or to learn to write the code. Yeah, basically. So without further ado, let us welcome Boss Mfon. Thank you so much for joining us today, Boss, and thank you for your time. So let's get to it.
Thank you so much. That was a really quick and nice intro. I guess you just finished everything I was supposed to do, like, yeah, finished work. So, first of all, let's give a brief intro into Elementor. I don't want to be sharing screen and all of that yet. So, first of all, WordPress. WordPress is a content management system, and that. So, Elementor more like started about few years back. That's in 2016. So, yeah, Elementor started in 2016. That was when we have this thing, and initially they were the likes of WP Page Builder, WP Bakery, as it is now. They were the ones actually the main factor in the market. Like, would I say they pioneered the page builder in when it comes to WordPress websites. So, okay, if you need much intro into Elementor, you can check on Google and all of that. So, Elementor is a free WordPress page builder, and right now, I would say is the world's most popular page builder. And wow, I just don't know. I don't know how I'll start explaining it, but it's way more. But since I'm short of words, let me just hit it straight because this is where I can speak more. Hello, is everyone there? Just wave if you're, or just say yes. Let me just share my screen. Nah, Chrome tab.
We're here.
Okay, where is you? Wow, so many Chrome tabs. Okay, there you are. Okay, so can everyone see my dashboard?
Yep.
Okay, so this is a fresh WordPress install. I was telling right earlier that I like doing my things a bit manually instead of using Softaculous. So here's the dashboard as rightly introduced. You can reduce, you can remove or arrange most of these things just like you want. So first of all, I already have my Elementor and Elementor Pro installed. I don't want to update my Elementor because I always test out the new versions before applying it to and the functions to the main site I'm using. Elementor has a blank theme, which is called Elementor Hello. And if you want to install Elementor for free from your website, you just need to go to plugins, add new, and then you search for Elementor. So here is the Elementor page builder here. You can install it. So since I don't want to be using a theme that probably has demo content and all of that, we're going to be building something really nice from scratch. We'd go to, okay, first of all, let's start by activating our Elementor plugin, which we can use with virtually any, we can use it with virtually any website, like anything. So our Elementor is activated, and there's the Pro. So there's a difference. Just a slight difference between the Elementor free version and the Pro version. And those free versions, those differences can be really. Please, sorry if you don't mind, I would like I like playing some music in the background. It's not so loud. Hope everyone can hear me clearly.
Yeah, we can. We can.
Okay, so there's a difference between the Elementor Free and the Elementor Pro, and it boils down to things like the templates and the page builder, as you can see as I hover here. So Elementor Pro allows you to be able to like have access to the team builder. The team builder, you can build the header, your footer, or even custom pages, how pages should look for dynamic content and all of that. And if time would permit me, I would do my best to actually reach that. And those who follow through would be, I believe, would be amazed. But for now, let's start with the Elementor free version while I explain everything. So we can go and get just the blank theme. We go to themes, add new, hello, check for hello. We can't find it in hello, so you see the hello Elementor. So this hello Elementor, as you can see, a plain vanilla lightweight theme for Elementor page builder. Okay, so you just install and activate. So guys, one thing I always tell people is that when you want to start a new website, there are some conditioning you do for your websites. Like for me, I go to post. Sorry, network drama. So I go to post and I delete everything here because Elementor works with will I say page IDs by default, creates page IDs and all of that. So many of the default demo contents or default content, we don't really need them. So I just clear everything, go to pages and do the same. So everything we are starting from fresh, brand new. Please, if I'm moving too fast or anything, you can just signal and slow me down. So we are done with that, and we have installed, I believe we have installed our Elementor Hello and activated. So before we get into the main page builder, let me show you through some settings here. So based on the theme you're using, if you have other custom post types that you might want to use with Elementor, you can like here where you have, let me see if I can highlight this. Okay, I believe you guys should see this. Where you have posts and pages, the other custom post types would show here. So if I want to use Elementor for only posts, I'll untick pages and save. But if I want to use Elementor in editing also posts and pages, I just tick both. So this is disable default colors. So virtually every theme that you're working with comes with its own inbuilt default colors. So with Elementor allows you and quickly adapt to that theme's default colors and default fonts. But then if you are um, but then when you install Elementor, Elementor comes with first of all apply its Elementor's default colors and will apply its default fonts. Sorry to say. You understand? So in order to disable that, you tick this. So you can actually set your own styling, your own fonts and everything. So doing that, we save. Okay, let's go to style. So style here allows us to set the type of the generic font we'll be using, the content width. The default is 1140 pixels. That is the website width that you'll be using. That's the default that Elementor uses. By standard, it has been checked that almost across different screens, 1140 works very well. So the website, the space widgets, you can set the default here, the stretch section to fit, is it the body or the full width. You can also set the page title selector. You can set the breakpoint for tablet and mobile. So setting the breakpoint for tablet and mobile is because with Elementor, we can also view what we can also view how a site will look in tablet and mobile, and also design in that view. So that is for for the style. Then for the advanced, the CSS print method, how do you want your CSS to be applied in your website? Is it inline? Is it internally embedded in each page or external CSS file? Since it's always recommended to use an external CSS file, since we are working on something that would your design can run across the whole site. So this is for troubleshooting the switch editor loader. So sometimes when you're working with Elementor, we have some issues where it does not load the panel quickly, or it takes a lot of time. You can come and enable the switch editor loader method to troubleshoot such issues. Then this is to load Font Awesome. So if you're familiar with Font Awesome, the icons and all of that, what gives things like, if you look at this GoPro here, this icon here is more of a Font Awesome icon. You can actually change that to yes. So role manager allows you to set who has access to this thing, who has access to using the Elementor to edit content and all of that. And to use this, there are other functions, but you need to get the pro version. And then we have the tools. So these tools is, sometimes I always say the tools is more of like your go-to this thing. So when designing, we have issues where the CSS and all of that gets scrambled and all of that. So with Elementor, you can come here, regenerate files. If I have an issue while working on an Elementor website where probably it does not show well, or my font awesome is not displaying well, the first thing I come to do is regenerate files. So safe mode, this is safe mode, allows me to troubleshoot why the loading the editor is not working. Then debug bar adds a bar to the top of my screen, and I always like enabling it because especially when I'm using themes, but it can be disabled since I'm actually creating my own site from scratch. When I'm using a theme, I like enabling it because it shows me the exact template file that a particular page or custom post type is using, and I can go and edit that part. So replace URL. So this is one of the sweetest function I always love for Elementor. When you're transferring a site from let's say from your development to production server, and you get a lot of scrambled links and all of that. So with this, you just need to put the root domain address of your development server, and you change it to the root production address and the root address of your production server, and replace URL. It will replace across the whole site, like on everything. So it will fix errors that you might have with images not loading well and all of that. So version control, if you're having issue with a particular version, you can roll back. So that's why you see I told you I wasn't upgrading my this thing yet until I've tried and seen that it is stable. Then I always upgrade through all the sites, including my client site. Then maintenance mode. So maintenance mode, if I created a template to enable for maintenance mode, instead of me pop-up plugin and all of that, with Elementor by default, I can choose the kind of mode. Is it coming soon or maintenance? And since I've designed a page for that, I can show you the Elementor comes with templates also for that when you're designing the this thing. So you can create a template, design a template to your test, and then you choose template. So anyone who is not logged in that visits the site would meet a maintenance mode. So system info, please load. So system info shows you like everything about the system. You can see I'm hosting it, you can go follow our progress at mina.crempax.com. And then my team is Hello Elementor, the author, then my user privilege and all of that. Then getting started is the first page that loads when you install your Elementor plugin. Then the good thing about Elementor is that it allows you, instead of getting a different plugin to actually, although it's a pro function, it allows you to put custom fonts. Like let's say by default, Elementor allows you access to all of Google's default fonts, Google's free fonts. You can have access to all of that, but probably you have a paid font that you need for a particular website. Like if you notice, you go to some websites and they are using some really dope, like nice fonts. You can actually add them by default using Elementor, and it shows up in your font selector. Then custom icons, the same thing as fonts. So with that, let's get to work. So creating an Elementor page is as simple as just creating I went to pages and clicked add new, sorry, in case you didn't see that. I didn't click the main pages. So once you click add new to a new page, please hope I'm still connected and I'm not running too fast.
No, you're fine. You're good.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, network drama. Oh, wonderful. So as we can see, the block editor, Gutenberg block editor, people don't really like it much. And it's really it can be funny using. So this is just the block editor, but we have nothing doing with the block editor. So my own style of this is that you name your page. Name a page. Name, I said hope. So home. So we are creating our first page, which is going to be home, and we click edit with Elementor. So the moment we click with edit with Elementor, it saves this page saved, as you can see saved here, and then opens it in the Elementor, opens the Elementor editor. Sorry, my Elementor created this thing where it adapts to the let's say accent color of your system. I'm always in dark mode, so if you're not using dark mode, you might see a more brighter screen. As you can see, my Google Chrome is also adapting to, okay, you can't see my Google Chrome. So my Elementor I love dark mode so much, so that's why you see mine looking this way. So now this is your Elementor workspace, like everything. So now let me run through this quickly because it's essential that I run through this so that you can understand most of the things that is needed. So these are your basic here. The first, all of this you see here where I'm scrolling are called elements. So Elementor is made up of elements because different elements make up a page. So the image element, the text element, the button element, the spacer element, the divider, and all of that, like they make up a page. So as you can see, these are the pro features, and these pro features have a lock on them because you can't have access to them. And oh my god, juicy features. You can have a post, you can using dynamic content. The pro allows you to use dynamic content, which I will explain a bit because this is an introduction. I'm not supposed to go that deep. Has portfolio, dynamic content enabled to gallery, a form, an Elementor form, a login, slides, nav menu, all those juicy stuff that you need in your website. So please get a pro. Okay. So, and then this is the general stuff that comes from WordPress itself, the image box, the icon box, star rating. Okay, sorry, not all comes from WordPress. There's a tab for, okay, these are the ones that come from WordPress. As you can see the WordPress logo on them. So it also allows you access to design your own WooCommerce. Just imagine, it allows you just need to drag and drop how you want your WooCommerce page to look like. And then this is sites. This is the like nav menu, table of contents, search form, all of that. So these are all called elements. And elements, a website, a full page is made up of several elements. So this is the global widget, allows you to set up settings that can be used across your whole website or across the whole page and all of that. So this is settings. With settings, you see the title of your page, you see the status of this page. Now, is it draft, pending review, private, or published? You can see the page layout. This is the default page layout. If I design in this layout, you'd see that there will be a standard, this standard header will be appearing, and this home you see here is because of the page, the title of the page. So the best, if you have your header and footer all set, it's always advisable to, okay, let me explain. Okay, I'll come back to this settings part when I put something on the page so that it will be more understandable. So your style also allows you to work on the page settings, the entire page settings, padding and all that. Then custom CSS is allowed in Pro. Then this is the navigator. The navigator I will explain more when I have a site, but the navigator is more of like shows you a run through of how your site, how you have arranged your site, the elements and all of that, how it's arranged. So you can actually go to something faster with the navigator. Then history, your version history of all the changes and all the actions you have done. So there's, based on your saving of the page, there's the revision, and then there's actions. Every action you do on a particular page is being logged. So you can undo or go back to a particular this thing. Then this is always the sweetest part, people always like the responsive ability. So the desktop, the tablet, and mobile. So once you click tablet, damn. Sorry, I'm just this kind of playful type. Then when you click mobile, what? So this is how Elementor flows. Then you can preview changes. When you click preview changes, it opens, and this is what we have here. This is what we have on the website now, nothing and all of that. So the next thing I would like to talk about is the this thing is the section, but let's go back to, sorry about that. So let's go back to the desktop view. So in the desktop view, when you want to create a website, the first thing you go is click the plus and you select the structure. So you can see this is a 50-50 structure where you can put content into 2, you can put content into 3. You can actually adjust this later, but then it gives you like standard site structures that people use across like globally. So let's say this is our first section. You see, it gives the boundary here. So this is the column. So there's a section and this is the column. So this is one session with 1 column, sessions with 2 columns, sessions with 3 columns. Just if you understand like basic level Bootstrap, you get this. So you can address settings from even the columns, like setting the column width, how contents in the column, elements and contents you put in the column are being aligned, whether top, middle, the vertical align, the horizontal align, and all of that. So I know that everyone is waiting for us to go to the juicy stuff. Don't worry, we're coming. So we can, if you want to create another column without having to go through the plus, you can duplicate and we have 2 columns, or you can even right click on, right click, and then you can click add new column and you have another column. If you want to duplicate content, so adding an element is just as simple as my header, my text. So it comes with default this thing. So I can just put intro to Elementor, and then you can edit by typing here, but then it's always advisable to edit from this panel here. It's always advisable to edit from this panel, but this panel allows you to just do more of a visual stuff where you can bold, underline, and all of that. But here allows you to do the main stuff, like let me say, okay, let me leave the lorem is full, default text. I can come here, I can typography, let me see, change it to Times New Roman, as you can see, increase the font size, the line height, the spacing, the line height, but to letter spacing, and then something that most page builders don't have, justifying text and all of that, justify and all of that. And also you can set text color. You get, so everything is just, you see what you want to do, you go to style and all of that. You can go to advanced and do your padding. As I say, if you're a fan of, so as you can see the padding, depending on how your design requires it and all of that. So this is just so straightforward and simple. If there's anything you need me to come back on, just drop it in the comment section and I'll review it from here and then probably go over it again. So that is the basic, this thing. You have your section which contains columns, and then your columns can contain elements. So you can drag your elements. So this is the bottom. So automatically, this which I just created here now in this column is something that might take someone else this thing. So with this, I can actually say align the button to the right, make the button medium or large. So it makes everything entirely easy. Styling the button, I can say background color of the button is green. I can set how the button is when you hover, there's nothing. I can set the background color when you hover to blue. So when I hover now, it's blue. So just click and it gets done. So now let me get into something juicy, which would require me having to switch to Pro so I can design a full website. But let me see. Can we just put in the comments section if you want me to design something with the Elementor free version before going to the Pro, because the Pro, even with the free version, we have templates. Okay, let me go to, so this by default Elementor comes with templates. So this button here opens more of like, we have template blocks and all of that. Really nice templates which you can choose from. Many of them are Pro, but the basic ones here are free to use. And unlike most, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I need to do this. So unlike most page builders, so you can, if you have your own templates, but this is a pro feature for you to create your own template, you can actually add it from here. So unlike most page builders, you can, oh, sorry, permit me to quickly connect to my Elementor accounts. Okay, I've connected. That was quick. Thank you. So to use templates and all of that, you need a connection to an Elementor account. And even for the free version, you can actually create a free Elementor account. So it allows you access to the basic templates and basic blocks. So you see, this is simple basic templates, has demo content and all of that. As you can see, it's still using, all these colors can be changed and adjusted and for anything you need. So now back to what I was explaining. This intro to Elementor is part of your header, and we can create custom beautiful headers with Elementor. But this home is part of the page, like the default WordPress format. That's why this home is here. So in order to remove this home, I always advise people, if you don't want anything, any default stuff to show, you can use Elementor Canvas, and all you design on this page is what is going to be on this page. So with Elementor Canvas, it removes all of this, and probably if there's any footer, removes this whole footer part. Since my network is Okay, so it's loading. So this is Elementor full width. It takes out the home and all of that. With Elementor Canvas, it's going to take out the header. So it's only, everything is just going to be Elementor only on this page. No content. So as you can see, there's no header, there's no introduction to Elementor and all of that. But we are going to leave it at Elementor full width, which is the standard for if you are designing pages that would need that, where you have a standard header across board. So let's leave it at full width, and we'll see if we can create as much pages as possible. So as you can see, this is our image carousel. Our image carousel is used in creating a logo slider. You see, so all of these are elements, different elements that have been pulled. You can actually edit by clicking and typing, or you click and, as I've advised, you edit from the element panel here. So style and all of that. So let me even actually intrigue you guys with something. Elementor on its own uses shortkeys too, just like every other this thing. So let's see this. So if you hold on Windows, you use Control and question mark, or on Mac you use Command and question mark. It shows you the keyboard shortcuts. So you can undo with Command Z, redo with Command Shift Z. On Windows, it will be Control Shift Z. You can copy with Control C, paste with Control V or Command V, paste a style, Command Shift V. So this allows us to paste style. And in fact, I'm going to show you guys now, so you guys don't have to start editing an element over and over again. You can just copy the style and paste style, even in another page. Even if you create like 3 different pages and you have a style in one page and you want to put it on the other pages, it's just so simple. So these are the shortkeys, and to get to these shortkeys is just simple: Command question mark or Control question mark. As you can see it here, to get the keyboard shortcuts panel, this is it here. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but yeah, this is it here. So let me see what has a repetitive what has a repetitive, okay, yeah, this is actually repetitive, this part. So now let's edit this header. This header now, we want to make it, let's say, default uppercase. Let's take the font weight to 800 so it looks more defined, and we make the text color. Let me make this. So now this is the sweet thing. Let me show you one sweet thing. If you're working with standard colors for organizations and all of that, and you don't want to be putting the color code all the time. With Elementor, once you have chosen your color or put in the color code and all of that, what you could just do is, sorry, slide this back. What you can just do is, let me see, I was using red. I prefer the red. So yeah, I prefer the red. So what you could just do is click plus, add picked color, and you add the picked color to your panel. So anytime you want to use it, let's say I want to even use it in text here, and I come to style and I click text color. You see, this is the picked color that I chose earlier, and it is here. It is available across your whole site. So now let's still continue the style editing. Let's add some shadow, color of the shadow, yeah, black, but then let's give it a little bit more fizzy, some weight. So as you can see now we have this red this thing with black shadow. Or what we just need to do is we click here, we right click and click copy. When you copy, let's say we want to change it, do the same for this, we right click on this and just click paste style. Automatically we have the same thing. I can do it, it works for everything, even down to the session. Let's say session color, I don't want it to be black, I want it to be blue. You see? So once I finish, I copy here, and then I come here and paste style. and we have the blue background. So if you can also copy a whole, I can copy and then I can paste. See, right now I just pressed Ctrl Z to undo that. Oh, sorry for the loud hitting coming from across. Let me just fix that a second. Okay, sorry about that. If you want to duplicate, for me, I'm really familiar. I can use shortkeys. If you looked at the shortkeys very well, it showed a lot of things that you can do with shortkeys. To duplicate, you just press Ctrl D or Command D, and I have the site duplicated. Ctrl Z would undo. So another important key that you might also need is when you want to switch views, Command or Control Shift M makes you to shift view to switch views to tab without me having to come to the responsive mode here. I just Command or Control Shift M. So I can see how the site will look, and I can edit in this view too. So probably if I want that in this view, maybe it's looking too small, I can actually change the typography. So as you can see now, over this size, this is tablet. So any editing I do here would only apply to tablet view and not desktop. So we can edit the different, so once on tablet, it has a different aesthetics and all of that. So let's say I want this a bit bigger, and I can also copy it and let me see, copy and paste here. So if I paste, it's going to paste, paste style. Okay, I didn't copy this well. Hope my internet is not okay. So it pasted the style. So as you can see, it's going to paste it using the same settings that for desktop, it does not affect the font. For tab, this font is being increased and all of that. So with Elementor, you can edit for different devices on the same page, make it look differently for. So if I press Ctrl Shift M again, I have my mobile view, and probably if on my mobile view, I want some, let's say, an alignment because as you can see here, alignment for mobile, I want it to align left on mobile instead of center. I can set it here if I want it to be justified and all of that. I can set it for mobile, and Control Z really undoes on this. Yada yada yada. So you see, you can, and then there's even responsive mode. So with the responsive mode, you can hide certain functions. So let's say this image now, I don't want it to be visible on mobile. You hide on mobile. You get, so you see that it is being like hashed out. And if we close this panel, we can use Control P to do that, or you just hide the panel here. We can hide this panel here. It shows you how it's going to look on the main website or on your mobile or on your tablet. As you can see, that image there has been hidden. As you can see now, it's back because I'm in my editor mode. But this is my preview mode, my editor preview mode, where I can see how it's going to look. So I can remove the image and all of that. Everything, you control everything. You can add your custom CSS using when you have your Pro and all that. So let me see. Okay, an hour fast spent, almost an hour. So that's like introduction to the panel and all of that. So let me quickly introduce you guys to other things. Let me go install my Pro. You can come here and can exit to dashboard through here. There's a lot of things that are more explained with the Pro, like the theme style. You can edit a style that if you click button, It is the same style of button that goes across borders, the same colors. You understand? When you have standard colors where you want to use, when you're working with organizations that have kind of like brands. So all you just need to do is you create more of like one single template, working, and that button should always have green and blue. So anywhere you call on or you select the element button, the default, how the text and everything will come out is a standard you have already defined. So we can exit the dashboard. Okay, let me publish this page first. Cancel. So I've published this page. Let me exit to dashboard and enable Elementor Pro. So with the free version of Elementor, not everyone needs the Pro version. Even most themes you get from Team Forest or any other place where you get your themes come with the free version because they have the basic things. Most of those sites were designed with the basic things. For me, I have my Pro here. And I already did my due diligence, so I skip all the activation part and all of that. So with my Pro now, I have access to my templates. I can create templates, but I will go into this because this is more of an advanced feature. It's a really good one, which I would love everyone to know, but I'll go into that towards the end. Then there's the team builder. The team builder where you can build your header, your footer, a single page. If you want your blog page to have a particular design, you know that most websites come with a default this thing. So you can scrap their design, create how your blog page should do, put where your content. If you want the image to show as the background of the text, already tinted and everything, in fact, you want to do anyhow, you can do it with this team builder. I'm not bragging. I love Elementor though, but I'm not bragging. You can create archive pages and all of that, designing how your archive would look. If you have custom post types and all of that, you can work that with this. So let's see. Pop-ups. This allows you to, like, Elementor takes away all the stress of all having to add any other plugin. You can create a pop-up with even better options, or you can set better options with Elementor, how you want the pop-up to appear. Like, is it like towards the lower 75% of the page? When someone scrolls down to the end of the page, that's when the pop-up will show and all of that. You see, having control over that, like Elementor gives you full control over your page. So let's go in and go back to our page, or yeah, let's go back to our page instead of creating a new page. You just have to click edit with Elementor without having to go through in. So if there's, you can start dropping your questions or anything like before this thing, just drop it and would have that all addressed before the end of the session. So now this is our page, and ta-da! All of this is now unlocked. All our pro functions are now unlocked. So we have things like having to play with Flipbox. And now let me show you one thing. I don't want to brag though, but allow me to brag a bit. Let's say I want to add another home page. Insert. From the templates, I am adding another home page. I'm very sure Bright might know why I want to do this because we spoke about it earlier. So Elementor would not clear your previous design or what you have, but instead it would add your new page or new template, which you just to the bottom or to anywhere where this thing. So let's say maybe I wanted to just only pick out just this header from this page, and moving things around is just as simple as drag here and drop here. You get, it's just straightforward. So there's a general rule that you can only move section across section. You can move a section, like this is a section I've been moving all this while. This is a section across sections, and you can move elements between columns and sections. So you cannot move like this particular.
Hello, what's the problem?
Asika is coming back. He has a bit of network issues. Just give it few minutes, please. So but I'm really liking Elementor, and I guess I never give it a chance early on. So from what I'm seeing now and what our speaker has been saying, I definitely take it for a spin and check it out. I recommend you try it out and see how it's going to work. But maybe do it on a test site, not a live, not on a live website. Maybe you could do it on a local system, or if you have a test server where you experiment with stuff, you could actually work on it on a test server. So let's just give him a few more minutes. It's the beauty of being in Nigeria and using the Nigerian internet. They are not so reliable when you need them to be. But so far, is there any part of his presentation that you're having a challenge with? This is a good time for us to take note of them. So when he comes back on, we'll then review them. Like if you have any questions so far, you can unmute yourself now and speak.
Okay, sorry. It seems like my this thing. Where was the last thing you stopped? Sorry.
Yeah, you were moving section and talking about moving elements within sessions.
Okay, sorry, I didn't notice that my network went off. So I'm coming. Let me share my tab again. So share. So this is it. Moving elements, and we can move elements. Did you guys get me when I said moving elements across sections?
Yes.
Okay, so like where I moved the testimonial from where it was up and brought it down. You got that part? Yeah. So you can do all of that. You can move and and then if I make any editing here, like if I edit the color of, let me see the image. I don't want to make the image be the name. Let's say I edit the color to light green. Let me make it darker. Let's say black. No, let me select color. So the title, let's say I make it green, and you get, so since this is a testimonial element, all I just need to do is I can copy the whole design. Let's say even the content, I change the typography. Let me use a font. Let's say Helvetica. You see, the font is changed. All I just need to do is right click, copy, and this other one that is here, I just need to do paste style, and everything that I already designed in that previous one, which I saw as good, is applied to here. So having to edit things is not like everything is just right there in front of you. Let me close the navigator. So it's that sweet. So okay, let's see. Let me close every session. So using the history, this is all that have been done. Like I changed the text color for the testimonial text color edited, all those color changing I was doing is being recorded. I changed the font family, the testimonial style, pasted in the new place, section removed. Those are actions every action I did is being logged. So another thing again is these are revisions of all what I had done. So this 7 minutes ago, so from when I started 7 minutes ago, this is auto save, this is revision, so I can get back to like the beginning of everything. So this is before I added this thing. When I started this particular session, where I added the theme and all of that, this is it here. So what I can do now, let me say, I want to coming. Sorry, a minute. This grows. Okay, so let me. Sorry, just having a little bit of network issue. Or instead, let's go back and let me create a new page. So we start up, I create a new page, and this time I show you guys the pro templates. And we design with a pro template, and let me see, new web page. So please, I would like someone to tell us, oh, did I turn off this thing? Sorry about that. I would like someone to tell us what they would want us to build.
Someone is already asking a question in the comments that.
Okay, quick question.
Yeah.
Between Divi and Elementor, which will be preferable for a portfolio website? Answering that question, I always say, okay, I'm following Elizabeth. I wasn't around during the last session, but thanks to Mr. Bright, I was able to catch up on everything. And I would say, Ms. Elizabeth, like when it comes to page builder, is using what works. Both can actually give you a portfolio website. Both can actually give you this thing. But I don't want to talk on the downsides of other page builder, because every page builder has a very positive side. Sometimes I can decide to use Divi. I'm also very good with Divi. I can also use WP Page Builder, because that's what I even started with when I got into page building with WordPress. So I always say use what you feel works best, what you feel works best for you. Like if I'm to create a page where I need full control of, and I'm not kind of adopting another design, I'll probably want to go with Elementor. Even creating a let me see, what type of page do you want us, what type of site do you want us to build? Let someone just choose a site. Wow, NEPA has done it.
Okay, hello. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
So can we build an e-commerce website like that has something? Yeah, something like if you have a calculator, when your items are picked in the cart, you just calculate the price. I want to do some functionalities like that. Can it be done on Elementor?
Oh, very well. In fact, it can be done on Elementor very fast and easy. Like you have control of all your stuff, of everything on your page. How your you can even have control of how your WooCommerce page looks, how it displays the image, the description, and all of that. That's using Dynamic Builder, but that is digging deep. From what I heard Bright say earlier, it seems like we'll have another session which which will be more of digging deep into these page builders. That's where we'll go a bit deeper. But for now, this is just majorly intros, which let's just rough the surface, make everyone know what's possible with these page builders, and then from there we can look at digging deep later. So
Okay, you mentioned another term now. You mentioned another term, WooCommerce. Can you just say something on that briefly?
WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is a plugin that enables an e-commerce ability
Okay,
and
it's a
enables
plugin.
e-commerce with WordPress.
Okay, okay.
So
Okay.
if you want to use, there are different ones you can use. You can even use for if you are selling digital content, you can use different ones. But WooCommerce is, when it comes to creating an e-commerce website with WordPress, WooCommerce is your go-to plugin. Okay, so
Thank you very much.
let's jump in. So please, let someone anyone any type of site you want us to build. Please, can someone just
Let's do photography site with images and galleries.
Oh, great. So first of all, I'm going to show you guys doing that using a template. I believe there should be a photography template by default on WordPress, or we can modify one of the templates there to see more of a photography site. And then we are going to see how we can do it without a template. Once you know the elements in Elementor, it's just drag, drop, modify, add a custom CSS, adjust it how you want, and boom, you create a dynamic you can also create dynamic content and all of that, how you want it to be, and you have what. So let's, using basic distance, let's say photography. So let me quickly make this particular page visible on let me make this page visible on the website. So if you have a laptop or this thing, you can actually, I'm actually doing it off the screen. So you can go to Minna at crempact.com and you would be able to see what we are doing so far. I'm going to make it the home page. By default, let me publish this so it's visible. So anything, you can follow up on whatever we are doing from your own end. You can see how it looks on mobile and all of that. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so this is, oh great, thanks Bright. Yeah, so Minna at crempact.com. So you can, I've made it the main homepage there, so you can see what we are going to be doing with this. So let's go with the first one, which I suggested, going through adding a template. Since we have our Pro enabled, I believe we can add Pro templates now. So it's loading the pages. Okay, network is still up. This is the thing with websites. When someone is doing this thing, when like you're waiting for it, it will not start loading slow. Okay, sorry, please let me refresh the page. So it loads all the elements. That's where you can see this bar rolling here. And then, so we have all our page templates going. So as you can see, this is a pro template, a Japanese restaurant We have a real estate, a luxury real estate. They call it a template kit. So we have for a barber shop, we have for an online course. So it gives you that template kit for an online course. We have for interior design. We have for photography. Wow, who wanted photography? So as you can see, we have a home page, about page, contact page, wildlife page, photography, glowing jellyfish. This has to do with lots of pictures. So we are going to be using, I didn't even know, actually. I actually thought it. Okay, so don't mind me. I know I look like a serious person, but then I love to play a bit. So let's insert the home page. Let's see how the home page looks. So it's loading. This loading is downloading all the elements, the content, setting the elements like there will be images. So it's downloading all those images to load all of that and all of that. So please, I want to let me see from the comment section if you are enjoying it while this is loading. Please off your video. I would advise that we off our video so that it would improve the you can also be helping others by offing your video, so it improves how the video buffers for others who are trying to see my desktop. So boom. Oh no. I know that many people will not be a fan of probably animals and all of that. So this is more like giving us a parallax effect and all of that. So let's get to work. So first things first, just like what I told you, we come here and we set the page layout to Elementor full width. Please, if you have an issue with the kind of images that are being put up, like the snake and all of that, please tell me. I can quickly search for an image on Google Images and try to replace immediately. So we don't have anything. We don't have a situation where someone, okay, change the snake image. Thank you. I will. So let's see. Okay, since we already had a template before, there should be images that we can use. So this image now, this snake image now, I believe is added to the section. So when an image is added to the section, we can put different content over the section and nothing will, it will not actually affect it. So before I explain all of that, let me change this image. Background image, classic. Wait. Oh, it's added to the column. So, wow, they made the column full width. Media library. Let's see all the images that have been imported. Let me see. What's the width of this? Okay, it's this thing. I need something with what's this was 920 1080. I need something as wide as that also. Okay, this is manageable. Insert. So this is, hope this is better, right? I'm also looking at please, you can comment if it's better and all of that. Okay, great. So now this is our website. Like everything here is customizable. Like even this content here, we had we can, even though we set our default site width or content width initially in the default part of WordPress, we can actually set our custom content width here, and the page would actually oblige, would actually follow to that. So like in this image now, it's added to the column, so we can work on a lot of things on this image. Like let's say we need to create a background overlay. Let's give it, let's say, a gradient. Let me give it a gradient background overlay. So first one black, since the next one is red, and then the second color, the first color should be red. So as you can see, first color red, second one black, and then we need to actually, sorry. So I don't know if you guys are noticing the color on the site. I don't know if you guys are getting this effect. Let me make it a bit darker. Or was it, let me see. The opacity is low. So now let me increase the opacity so you guys can see what I'm talking about. The second color should be, okay, coming this angle. Okay, this is where the issue is coming from. Let me select. No. Clear. Now gradient. Oh, they set a custom location. That's why it is not applying. It's not applying. So there is a custom location for this because the black is supposed to come in to grade in with the red, which I set. But then the main thing is that we can actually have our overlay, background overlay. So let's call the background overlay black. Let's say we want to tint this. Oh, you see, this thing has come back. So we can have this, and then we reduce the opacity. Are you seeing that feel of that? I don't
Okay,
create
but walk us through like what you were clicking. Like, okay, this is the normal section. This is normal. You clicked on the background, then you click this,
Okay.
click that. Yeah.
So just what you just pointed out is really, really important because you have to know where a particular element, where you're actually setting a particular element and what you're clicking, what you're editing. That's what actually affects what's what. So now, when I was looking for this element, we can actually set this image that was set here now. We can actually set it in the section. We can actually make it to apply to the full section and all of that. And it's going to come out very well. But then when I checked out the session and checked the style, the image was not there. So the next place to check is the column. So if you want to access the column, you can actually access the column through this like a box divided into two, or you can come through the navigator and then you click on column based on this thing. So you check the style and layout. If you know exactly, that's why I always tell people play around, understand the elements and the custom functions. Most of these things are things you have to do with probably styling, CSS and all of that. So Elementor automatically eliminates all of that stress and creates a simpler way for you to do it. So this is the image. This is the image which we changed, and we can change the location of the image. Like, do you want it to be center, or center left, or top left? So you see it adjusting. So center left. So initially it was center left, and then the attachment, does it go with scroll? We can keep it fixed. Is the fixed that is making it have this parallax effect. We can keep it scroll. It goes with how we scroll. We can make it default. The default is always scroll. So fixed is what gives it the parallax effect. So it is fixed on the screen, and no matter how we scroll, it does not move. So let's update this, or let's quickly preview. This is how it looks. This is how it will look on the front page, your photography website. So this is the title. This is the portfolio. This can be a link to wildlife. As you can see, all of this is the same thing. Everything I've done in this first section here is virtually the same thing that has been done here, except the placement of this text of the wildlife and all of that. So nature, pets, you get, this is a full complete parallax. So I guess we have gotten this part. This is supposed to be navigation menu, but then we will not put the navigation there now. So since we have gotten this part, let me put a header. Let me go put a header, and so that this place doesn't look blank. So let's go. Since we have updated this, we can exit to dashboard. Exit to dashboard, and now this is where this is probably the only part of the team builder that I'm going to really touch. Not going to go in depth so much. So team builder, to create the team builder is creating certain creating certain like theme pages that can apply throughout your website. Like if I click add new now, we can create a page. Like this is the standard way that when you create a new page, it can become a template. Okay, this page now, can be used as a template. Like if I want to add, like how we called on that page, it's going to come in as a template when we need to create such pages like that. So you don't have to start designing the whole page again. You just create a section. You can create a template as a section. So you see the section that we just finished designing. If I want to design it again, I don't need to start dragging and doing. I just go to my templates, that folder, and that folder icon that shows even the Elementor template. There's a part called template, and then I pick from there, and automatically it adds to the website. Then I can just edit what I want to edit. Then I can create a pop-up from here. I can create a header that will apply to the whole site. So you can create an archive, like your blog archive, and all of that. Create a custom design for that. So, but for now, we are going to only deal with header and footer. Probably when we come back for digging deep with Elementor, we might not be me, might be someone else, but then we can go in depth on that. So we're going to go with header, and let's call it the main header. Hi, Jesus, I've used main header plenty of times. Okay, so, and then it's going to show us different kind of lovely header blocks. So you see, different type. This is what my friend would call Iboku. So we can use different types of header blocks that would actually, let me see, we can preview the header. So this is how the header will look. So back, let's see. Since we are using a photography website, I feel we should use something that is not more of a full header. We should use something a bit more stylish. Yes, we can add a full header, but something a bit more stylish would fly. Yeah, something like this. So let's insert this. So now this is our header. This is calling for our menu. This creates a pop-up. As you can see, I clicked on that element and it shows a pop-up. So I have to create a pop-up as a menu and all of that. I don't want to go into creating pop-up. Let's just choose a normal header today, because that would go using different settings. So as I told you, Elementor, you don't have to stress yourself. It adds over. So this is the default one. Quickly, okay, we don't have, let me publish this. So when I publish, it shows where do you want to display your template. You can add a condition. You can exclude different pages. I choose the entire site. If I want a header that I want to only be showing on singular pages, that is single pages. Yes, I can choose single pages. It will show me all the single pages. Like I can set different headers to be showing in specific pages. Like Elementor gives you control over that. If you want to show it in archives, it will ask you which archive do you want to show. you want to show it in categories? Maybe you want to be showing this type of header in categories only whenever someone opens a category, or whenever the person opens a post archive, or in search results. That's where you want this header to show, or date archive, all of that. So, but for us, we would be needing it in the entire site. So we don't have any this thing. And also, you can add another condition that even when it's showing on the entire site, you can exclude it showing on archives, on all archives. So this header can show on all the site, but when it comes to archive page, like blog page and all of that, all those, it will not show. You can set another header for that. So for us now, we are using it in the entire site. So we save. Let me see. Logo. We don't have a site logo, but we can let's go run some quick things with creating a site logo. Let me see. We need a menu. And we need a site logo. So for now, I would say this template. This is our header template. This image here is blank because we don't have our site logo set. This is blank also because we don't have our navigation set. So let's go and create our navigation and then come back to this. We'll just create like custom links, hashed custom links. So let's exit the dashboard. I would have loved switching tabs, but Jitsi does not allow us to, except I capture my whole window. Yeah, which I might just do. Permit me a minute. Let me capture the whole of this window. So application window. So, but then capturing the whole of this window is to show. Share. So can you see my entire site now, like my whole window, like this whole place? Can you? So just say yes if you can see it.
Oh my Lord.
Coming. Share. Can you see my whole window?
Not yet. Not yet. The window is not showing.
Okay. My entire screen. Okay. It's not allowing me to share my entire screen and my entire window. So I'll just go to Chrome tab. Oh, probably because I don't have the plugin installed yet. So let's create like quick dummy menus. Let's say home, about, gallery. So custom links. We'll make the photography to be home. Let's delete this one. Home. And add another hash about, add to menu.
Are you sharing your screen now?
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
It's not visible.
It's not visible.
No.
Wow. What I can see here that I have my screen showing to you guys. Okay. I've disabled it and I'm enabling it again. Wow. Can you see my screen now?
Is it Chrome tab you're sharing, or the entire screen, or
A Chrome tab.
not visible. Oh, Elizabeth, are you seeing his screen? Let me know if it's just my network or.
No.
Okay. Wow. I might have to. Okay. You know what? Please permit me. Let me just refresh and join in. So let me see if the application window would work now. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, awesome. The screen is showing now.
Okay, so I'm adding gallery and let's say contact. So since I already saved the site, since I already saved that and applied it to our whole site, if we go, okay, sorry, cancel. This should be, let me call it main menu. Since I already saved the header and applied it to show on all sites, if we go now, we should see the menu. So these are the menu which I created. It's now showing, and by default, okay, this is the default this thing. I might not really need the header since we already have a navigation system on the right here based on the theme. So I might go and disable the header, but I was just showing you guys the header, how it can be applied to the whole website. So the next thing is that let's go to customize and set a logo. Who has a logo? Can you share content through the chat? Okay, you cannot share content through this chat. Okay, let me see. Do I have WordPress logo on my desktop? No, I don't. So give me a minute, WordPress.org. Let me get WordPress logo and then at least let's rep. Why is this logo? Where is this logo?
You could use a Google search and then just copy.
Yeah, on their website, it seems like they used an SVG or this thing on their website.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to copy an image URL.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I have the WordPress logo. So site identity, logo, select logo, and select. So let me see. Let me crop out this excesses. I hope they still leave it as PNG after the cropping.
Okay, it's in PNG as it is.
Yeah, it is. It's in PNG as it is. So okay. So it's changed to WordPress. So we'll just go quickly. I edit the header and all of that, make it a bit more bolder. So let's publish this and exit. So, okay, now let me go back to this main page. So when working on a page, you can actually edit specific element, like without having, like this is the page. If I click on this now, I edit my main page, like this whole page. Like if I click on edit with Elementor, just clicking the edit with Elementor, it opens the platform for me to edit my page. But then let's go back. If I come hover on it and I click edit, if I click on main header, if I have a template of a header, a section, or a footer on this page, it's going to automatically add up here. So I can edit those particular templates without having to run everything. And even if I click edit with Elementor now added a feature where I don't have to start going to the templates to edit a particular feature. I can do everything on the same page. So now I just have to hover and I can see edit header. So I click on edit header and I can edit the content in header. Let me see. The image size is full. I can increase the image width so that the logo is more visible. I come to, sorry, you said I should show what I'm clicking. I come to style, I click on width to show that, to ensure that it's
Your
more
screen
visible.
is frozen.
No, it's not frozen. Is it still frozen? Hello?
Yeah, it is.
Are you sure it's not network? Elizabeth, is my screen frozen?
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, it's okay.
Because I know my screen is not frozen
It's my
yet.
network. Sorry.
Okay. So, and then we click on width. So we have adjusted the width. Let's make the width 277. We can set a max width for it. We can also have CSS filters. So now CSS filters, now I can now, let's say.
Sorry, your screen is frozen for me. I can't see what you're doing.
Yeah. I was wondering too. Like, it's frozen. Maybe stop the
Like
presentation.
I am just only working on the panel here. Like, is it still frozen like this?
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
stop the sharing and restart it.
So can you see it now? I'm scrolling. Can you see me scrolling?
Not yet.
Wow. Okay. Then I guess.
Our Nigerian networks are amazing. Okay.
So it is not the network. It's more of, I don't know. It's not the network.
Okay.
So
Try
can you
sharing again.
Yeah, started sharing.
Yes. Also.
Can you? Okay.
Awesome.
So most times when it does that, what we just do is restart. So when you stop was, I came to this platform, content, I went to style. When I clicked on the logo, and then logo was smaller, so I made it bigger. Let's put the width to 277 for the. So we can also apply CSS filters to the logo. So opacity, let's increase the opacity, and let's add, okay, because of the color of the logo, you cannot, I don't know, sorry, I'm using a Mac so I can actually zoom in like this, but if it was a brighter logo, you should be able to see, we could actually adjust the opacity and all of that. So we can, for advanced, we can actually create motion effects and all that. If it is, since it's a top logo, we can actually decide to, or since it's our header, we can actually decide to make it fixed. Motion effect, sticky, we put it top, sticky to the top. So that is as simple as that, to create a sticky header or even some sticky content on Elementor. So as you can see, it's sticky. No matter how you scroll, the header still, like, okay, let me show you in the preview. This thing, no matter how you scroll, the header still is up there. But personally, I'm looking at, since we already have this part here, I'm thinking of, so as to follow design, we can remove the top header, but I just did this to explain to you the whole idea of having a header through the whole website. So let's even prove that context by just creating a new page. Okay, cancel. Let's update this. We'll create a new page with no content and open, and we'll see that the header would also apply through. Even for footer, it's the same thing. Even if I create a post now, it's going to apply to the whole. So new page, bright. So, and publish. So let's view the page. So as you can see, that's our header still holds firm here, so because it's applying to the whole. So this bright here is a default Elementor this thing. That's why I always say use Elementor full width. Elementor full width would take out this and allow the body, because this is the header section of the page, the whole body content will now be controlled fully by Elementor. So now if we are designing something and let's say we already added content to, let me show you guys a use case that we already added content to this. Update. In some cases, depending on the theme, okay, because this has changed to block now, by the time we edit with Elementor, Elementor will automatically pick up. By the time we edit with Elementor will automatically pick up all of that as a text. You see, it has put all of it into a text editor element as a text. So we can continue our editing. Oh, sorry. Okay. So we can continue our editing here. You get, so it makes moving around and all of that. And I can say short keys also help. So let's go and, so what else do we need to actually cover? So we're working on the website. Let's go and create another page. Let me see. Okay, we can use this page. I'll change the title. Let's add another template page and then we'll go and edit the menu later. So we're adding this. So if there's anything you'd like to know or understand, you can, I believe since we are reaching the last 15 minutes of the session, you can actually stop me, interrupt me, and then ask your question. Please, Bright, just with your permission, because I know that probably there's a standard way, so that we can actually be, if there's a question, I can actually act on it immediately and show you how it's done. But please, let's try to keep it intro level.
Okay, cool.
So now let's say this is the about page. Let's insert the about page. So you see it adds it directly under the previous elements. So let's remove this and then let's update. Okay, as it finished loading. Okay, the about page is just a simple single page with a, if we added the footer, it would now become with the footer. We have not created the footer, but if there's need to create the footer, please tell me.
See me, they waste data.
So Elementor full width. So as you can see now, this is about me. All of this is like, this is just so simply created. Now let me show you what this particular page, it looks so classy, right? But because once you understand colors and understand putting off page content, all of this will become simple for you. Like let's view, this is how it looks on the website. This is how it looks on tablets. You understand? And this is how it looks on mobile. You see, the text across board is still readable, no matter what platform you're using. So what this contains is, in this section, the image, okay, wait, this part now, it seems the image was added to the section instead of the column as that first one was. Let's see. So you see, I just clicked on the section and that's where I found the image. Now, this background image you're seeing here was added to the section, unlike the previous page where it was added to the column. So it also, that can also define, like in as much as it has the same features, but it depends on context and use, how you want to use it. That's what also defines where you do your placement. So on this place, an image is placed in the section background. Then the columns is divided into two, as you can see. So this is one column and this is two columns. Okay, now let me explain why this image is being put in the background. The first website, the one that we had that had the snake where we changed it to that image, was just a single column website, that a single column section. So applying the image to the column was feasible because no matter what, the column spreads across the page. But now if I pick this first column and apply an image, a background image, let's say a background classic, a background image, is going to apply only to one column and not the full. So insert. So you see, it's going to apply only to this column without affecting this second column. So that's why it's being put. That's why it is being put in the section, because that's like the base for this thing. So one column has the about me, which has been padded, or okay, it has been put. This section I'll set the height. This is the layout. Everything is in the center, so I can put the vertical align to put it at the top. 1 minute. So it's in the middle now, top. So you see, it adjusts the movement and all of that. So the margin top, this margin top has been made this high so that there's this space here. So if I want to take it a little bit higher based on my design, I reduce this margin. So as you can see, the about me is going up. So based on your design, you can add margin, padding, just to make sure that it is visually appealing. So now, as this design is now, I have edited for desktop. If I go to tab now, and I don't like this thing, as you can see, the tab has different margin settings. Are you following? So like whatever we tampered on for desktop does not affect the tab. And as you can see on the tab, the menu automatically changed. So you viewing your site on different platforms, viewing your site on the different, this thing gives you a foresight of how it's going to look without you having to undergo any issue at all. So let's Control Z on this. Okay. So you understand? So any questions? I believe with this now we have kind of like a basic intro on what Elementor is. Like I've spoken about the elements. I've showed you how using some elements can be. We have done about a page. I've showed you gone a little bit in depth by showing you the team builder. There are other juicy functions I wish I could actually just lay out like right now, but I'm trying to follow more of a curriculum that if you understand these basic things, which I just showed you now, arranging, like once a particular thing is not well placed for you, like this about me now is not well placed, you can come, adjust the padding, the margin, use padding to move it to a particular location without having to even really stress yourself. There are even things as much as custom positioning, border, background for the text and all of that. Like, let's
I
see.
get it. Let's see.
the background image is not setting in. But anyway, so like what I'm trying to say is that the options, even entrance animation, fading, the options you can use are fading right. You understand? The options available are numerous. You can do everything. So get your Elementor. Even the free version allows you to do all of this. Get your Elementor, the free version. Play around. Like you can even use the free template, or even try to design something yourself. How I wish time would let me. I would have just tried to just set up something from scratch for you guys. But with what I've done, I believe I've done a lot of justice to several things. So if there's any question or anything you'd want us to address, if there's anything you'd like to know if Elementor is capable of, or you'd like to quickly see me do it, please just shoot. If you want me to quickly run something. Okay, someone spoke about a portfolio. Let's see. Let me add a new session. A portfolio is just as simple as, sorry, let me add a new session. I'm going to make the session background. Look at me, I click on style, I make the session background color black. So I make it black. In this plus, I drag a portfolio and put. So this portfolio has 3 columns. It can query let's say if you have a custom post types called gallery. If you click query on gallery, it will actually put this thing. If I click manual selection, I can manually select this the pictures. But if it is for a simple page and I need to put in pictures, I can decide I will not use this portfolio stuff. I would come down to use gallery. So with gallery now, it allows me to add images. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Create new gallery, add new. So automatically it will load up. So now this is my gallery. Now with this gallery, let me make the background of this session white so you can see some settings which I might want to create now. So let me just clear background. So with this gallery now, I click back on, oh, sorry. Why did I draw this gallery now? So with the gallery, I can actually set how I want it. Is it justified, a justified grid, which it already is. So you see, so with why is this thing not scrolling beyond this? Sorry. Okay, yeah. So this is a justified grid, spreading out all the images. I can set the row height. So the row height would affect how justified the images are. You understand? So I can use masonry. You know masonry where it is stacking under like that. So this is masonry depending on the size. So grid. I can also work on the spacing between each of the. So as you can see, the spacing is more. You can set the aspect ratio for the images. You can check the type of the gallery. Is it multiple gallery? If I select multiple gallery, it will start grouping the gallery. So this is new gallery. I can add new item and add images. You understand? So I can create sets of galleries in one page with just the gallery elements. That's how vast the Elementor elements work so well. So style, let me add some styling. Border width, so I can add border radius. So with border radius now, you see it curves the images. These images are, once I click, it opens in light box. So you understand? So it's just so straightforward to implement a gallery page or this thing when you want to display stuff. It's just, I can tell you that if the page is not so complex, in 5 minutes you have a page up or less. Trust me, less if you know what you're doing. So if anyone wants me to do anything in particular, you can actually tell me. You can actually just type it in the or unmute. You can unmute and tell me, and I will do it immediately.
Okay, but we've covered a number of things.
Yeah.
would allow time to go back, research, and then learn and practice. So maybe what we'll do is we'll give out a task for people to go and practice. Maybe go and recreate a gallery or a portfolio site, so they have a task to go back to. And before we get to that, are there any questions that have not been addressed? We can address them now and then take the task. Thank you so much. Like, today's session was super amazing, like really amazing. You really did justice to Elementor and understanding the elements, the section, and how it works. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have any question, now is the time for your question.
Please, any question?
Okay.
Okay.
I guess that you did perfect.
In the absence of any questions, since most of the things we did today had to do with the elements of text and image, what I'll just simply say is create a profile, a one-page profile about yourself, with the contact form, and I believe I would be probably added to the Minna WordPress group. So if there's anything, you would have access to my number or my email. If there's anything you want to probably know or probably some follow-up or questions, I can drop my email here and you shoot me an email after. You can shoot me an email and I can actually support you on anything you need. Anything you probably need, except make I talk now. Except asking me for Elementor Pro plugin, the Pro version. But anything, I'll try and make sure that we can work out everything that we can with the free one. Trust me, the free one. Okay, now let me say this. Now this is the bonus to everyone. The free one has limitations, but if you check, okay, now let's if people are still with me, let's go back. If we check the WordPress plugins, this thing, the free one is extendable, like so extendable that most of the things, if not all the things you can do with a pro plugin, you can have another plugin that you can add to Elementor to actually do all those things for you for free. Yes, for free. So all these plugins here extend the functionalities. Like, trust me, what this particular plugin, Elementor Custom Skin, can do, the Elementor Pro cannot do. So even with Elementor Pro, we still sometimes, based on functionality, still have to extend some stuff. Like, you cannot, with the Elementor free version, you cannot work on header and footer and block templates. But this is a plugin now. You see this plugin? This plugin allows you to work on all of that. So this is essential add-ons at over 70 premium elements for you on the free version. So post grid, post timeline, most of these things, team members, testimonials, WooCommerce products grid, these are all things that are available on the premium, but then you're getting it using these plugins that are extendable for free. Like for me, if I am to, let me give you like my own go-to plugins. If I want to work on website, I use Happy Elementor, Happy Add-ons. Happy Add-ons. That is one plugin I use for extending. It has a pro version, but the free version is also superb. The Essential Elementor is really good too. Like, so you can extend, like you're not limited to just only using the free one or the pro. If you have something that you see that is in the pro, or even sometimes the pro cannot do, check the plugins on the WordPress store. If you check that, you definitely find something that can do what you're looking for you. Like, there are some things that even with my pro, I still have to download Happy Elementors to actually run some things. Like, Happy Elementor, I don't want to even start talking about that one, but it does a whole lot, a whole lot. So
All right.
Ask questions. This is my email address. You can shoot me an email. I'm very, very careful about phone number, but I know that you guys still have my phone number because sometimes like this, I can sit there in 1 hour with different people answering questions. But then my phone number will be available. I believe Bright to add me to this thing. And please, just if there's any
All
issue
right.
you have or something you want to do, I can walk you through it.
Okay.
I don't actually show people how to do it. I will walk you through it. So
Thank you.
definitely,
Thank you. Thank you.
see
Thank
you
you.
later. Oh, time
Yeah.
don't reach.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, I try.
Yeah,
I
you
talk for
did. Like,
2 hours straight.
thank you so much, boss. Like, I really sincerely appreciate your time and the amazing resources you've shared and information you've shared is very valuable. We really do appreciate you and everything you've done
You're
for us
welcome. You're
today.
welcome.
Yeah. So moving forward, next week is Teamify Builder. So please tune in next week. We'll discuss Teamify Builder from 10
Okay.
a.m. to 11:45 a.m. And we would add boss inform to our WhatsApp group. And if you have not been added to our WhatsApp group, my God, I will drop a link in the MeetUp community. So just get on our MeetUp page and you see the link to get to the WhatsApp group. Thank
Okay.
you so much. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Linda, Elizabeth, and other people that tuned in. Thank you. So
Thank you very much.
to come your way next week. Do have an amazing weekend.
Okay.
Bye for
Thank
now.
you.
Bye for now.
Bye.